With the latest news about coming out with Epstein, there's a name that came with it, where there's some people who were basically a part of Epstein's schedule. So if we take this out, this came from the Wall Street Journal. Um, I mean, it is the Wall Street Journal, but as far as I can see, they've pretty much got it right. So that's why we're going to talk about this. But from their private calendar, Epstein's private calendar, some names, including Goldman's top lawyer, CIA chief, and stuff like that. Some of the names were a Rothschild was there, William Burns, the CIA guy, Joshua Cooper Ramo, Noam Chomsky, and some other ones. But the name that interests me was CIA Director Burns. CIA Director Burns. So something that because I've done a lot of studying on Epstein, because as you guys know, every once in a while I do huge deep dives into trafficking and all that stuff. So Epstein always comes across, and I always end up doing a lot of research on him and everything like that. And the conclusion that I have come to, I'm not saying this is for sure, I just want to put my opinion right here. I believe that Epstein was a CIA agent, not in the way that you would see like in the movies and stuff like that, but I think he was a part of the CIA program. I actually do believe that. And so when it comes to controlling people, and this is why I think he's a part of it, when it comes to controlling people, getting them to do what you want and keeping them in check, blackmail and drugs are a key. CIA always has been involved with drug traffic or drug running and all that stuff, and they've been involved with trafficking and blackmail and stuff. That's what they do. And so when you look at Epstein, he takes care of both of those. He takes care of blackmail and drugs. Epstein was the perfect fish because he came from basically he owns blackmail on a lot of people. So if you are a pedophile trafficker and you deal with trafficking kids and getting people to your island and involved with these parties and stuff like that, you're going to get a lot of pictures and a lot of videos of people in various positions. And so you can use that if he's that type of person that's going to grab all that information and hold these people accountable, he will do it. And then he also, we know, has the young blood drug as well, because we know his ties to child trafficking. So that's why I think he's a part of this. Now, why am I talking about Epstein and all this stuff? Well, the connection to Burns puts that together. Doesn't surprise me that you would have the CIA guy involved with that. And then we also know that Epstein was heavily wrapped up in Hollywood. We know he was always wrapped up in Hollywood. A lot of his goons and stuff were involved. Harvey Weinstein was one, but there's a whole bunch in there. And so you've got the trifecta of Epstein, the CIA, and Hollywood. And we also know that the CIA was heavily involved with Hollywood. In case you didn't know, I mean, this is straight from the CIA's website. Entertainment inquiries. CIA is often featured in books, motion pictures, documentaries, and other creative ventures. Actors, directors, authors, etc. work with the OPA to better understand the CIA's intelligence mission. If you look at it, to achieve this goal, OPA's entertainment industry liaison works with creatives to make their scripts, stories, and other products as authentic as possible. The CIA entertainment industry liaison will help write scripts and make sure the story gets out there. So in case you didn't realize that, the CIA is heavily involved with Hollywood. So if you want to control the narrative, if you want to control the masses, of course, you know that you start getting into the PSYOP stuff as far as this goes. They're going to obviously need to be in control of the biggest industry out there that will get these in front of people on screens and stuff. Everything we do now is in front of a screen. So the Creative Artists Agency. First discovered this when I saw a subpoena served, this was for the Epstein stuff, served to a man named Michael Ovitz, who was the co-founder of the CAA and a formal Disney executive. Whoa, okay, again, here we go. We got Epstein, who's connected to Disney. Now we've got this guy, part of the CAA, who's also connected to Disney. We know Disney is connected to the CIA. We know Epstein's connected to the CIA. It's all just, you see it? I hope you can see it. It's right there. They're all connected. It's like if you got the picture of on the wall and it's got all the red strings going to everything, that's basically what we're seeing with this. Everything is always connected, guys. I'm telling you. All right, straighten out the tinfoil hat. Let's start at the basics of the CAA. CAA. Man, that's going to be interesting to say a bunch of times. I'll tell you what. All right, let's start here with their About section. First, we always got to start just on their website before we go anywhere else. This is where we always start. We just got to see what they're pushing out. We're not going to read through this whole thing, but a couple things. Positioned at the nexus of talent, content, brands, technology, sports, and live events, CAA creates opportunities for the storytellers, trendsetters, icons, yada, yada, yada. Across film, television, music, sports, digital media, marketing, and beyond, we represent thousands of the world's leading actors, directors, writers, producers, musical artists, comedians, authors, athletes, coaches, broadcasters, teams, leagues, chefs, designers, fashion talent, consumer brand, and more. Something that they just happen to leave out there is politicians as well. Back in 2017, Joe Biden signs with the CAA. Why on earth would you do that? To amplify post White House initiatives. Then you also look at also in 2017, former National Security Advisor Susan Rice signs with the same talent agency as Biden. Interesting. Now, if we, again, take a little trip back into some historical video. It's movie night, guys. I told you. If we're going to take a look at some historical video, you'll see that there's a lot more to this. And I think it's better if I just show you. It's about a minute long. Check it.
People love to make a big deal out of an event like this. It's the Hollywood, Washington connection, West Coast, East Coast, whatever it is. People love to make a big deal out of it. And I think it's in part because of some of the similarities between your world and the political world.
Some of you have some help with the House of Representatives because you believe in banning assault weapons.
I also want to say a special word of thanks to so many of you in this audience who worked for me in the last election, who made appearances for me, who helped to raise funds and helped to make arguments, and who stood up for me in the face of pretty wilting criticism. When I was upstairs meeting some of you, it was interesting to me what was mentioned going through the line. Some people said, I'm really glad you fought so hard for NAFTA and passed it. Others said, I'm glad you're trying to get a new World Trade Agreement through GATT, but I'm glad you're fighting for the interest of the entertainment industry while you're doing it.
Oops. I'm supposed to take that down. There we go. All right. Hello. I'm back. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot more to it than just what the website says. There's a lot of political influence involved with that. So we saw some of the cast of characters that were involved with that. Obviously, there's a lot more, but that's just what I've got for you as far as this goes. But if we take a look also more at their website, they've got some activism stuff that they're a part of. Who would have thought Hollywood and activism? The CIA is involved with that too. Let's take a look. First things, the I Am a Voter videos. Do you guys remember those? Those things were just horrible. I mean, I'm not even talking about the content. I'm just talking about just how they were created. They're horrible. But it came from the CAA, created in 2018. And with the CAA as a founding partner, I Am a Voter. So that's a part of it. Then you look at their Full Story Initiative. This is where we start seeing some more ESG stuff because, as you can see, the Full Story Initiative provides infrastructure within the entertainment industry to encourage more like force, more accurate portrayals of complex social issues in a historically underrepresented communities in television and film. So as we can see, there's more of the ESG, more of the equity, more of the inclusion, all that stuff. We take a look more at some of their stuff. The Social Change Fund United. As we can see, this is more for criminal justice, civic engagement, economic investment, arts and education for the racial stuff. Yeah, more of it. Now this is where it gets interesting. Oh, yeah. They don't highlight these. These are just kind of hidden at the bottom. Roe v. Wade overturned. Now what? Because you know they're not on board for protecting children. We know that. Gun safety with every town. There we go with the guns. So we've got abortion, we've got guns, reproductive health, some more going in with that. Then we take a look, humanitarian efforts in Ukraine. Yeah, so we've talked about Ukraine, guys. I'm just going to kind of stop here for a moment. Ukraine was completely planned. We know that because back in 2014, one of the architects for this beast system coming about, Jacques Attali, in 2014, he said World War III was going to start in Ukraine. Yeah, that's interesting. Then you take a look at the fact of Russia signed a deal to be a part of the Fourth Industrial Revolutionary technology stuff in 2021, right before they went into the Ukraine. Some people want to say Russia's not a part of it. They fully are. Go check out my Tearing Down the Curtain episode if you don't believe me. But yeah, you're talking about the CAA who's involved with the humanitarian efforts in Ukraine. Well, one of the big guys who's been very vocal about it is Sean Penn. Well, Sean Penn's a part of the CAA Foundation. You can see there at the top picture. And he met with Zelensky and gave him an acting award in Ukraine. Well, supposedly in Ukraine. Who knows where they really are, right? That doesn't surprise me at all. Deception, deceiving. Take heed that thee not be deceived. I threw in the thee there, trying to sound a little bit more, I don't know, biblical, I guess. But this is where it's at, guys. It's just the CAA was involved with that. The CIA was involved with that as well. It's all connected. It's right there in front of us. Now, where's the CAA located? Well, of course, everybody knows their headquarters would be in Los Angeles, being it's a Hollywood thing, but they've got them all over. They got them all over the United States. You got them in the UK, Sweden, Switzerland, Germany, and they got a couple in China as well. But I thought China was against all this. No, again, Tearing Down the Curtain episode. Go watch it. China is fully involved with this too. It's all one big game. But the CAA is involved with that. But like I said, their HQ, their headquarters, is in Hollywood. And it's interesting. I'll just kind of show you. This is a top-down view. The Creative Artist Agency building. Very, very interesting positioning of the lawn there in the courtyard. I put a little reference on the right if you guys aren't sure of exactly what that is in the center of the courtyard of that building. Right there. It's right there. Also, if you take a look at the top in between the curved building and the straight building, there's also another eye there in that lawn fixture as well. Yeah, that's Freemasonry right there. That's the all-seeing eye, or the eye of providence, Freemason Square and Comfort. This building is also known as the nickname of the Death Star. Yeah, that's interesting. It's right there, guys. You can't miss it. It's all over the place. I mean, you look at the building, the Pentagon building, that's, pentagram, same thing. You look at Lady Liberty, that's also a goddess of worship as well. I can't remember her name right off the top of my head, but I've talked about it before. It's all over the place. There's even a building. It's a Navy compound in the shape of a swastika as well. But yeah, it's right there. Freemasonry, the Eye of Providence, all that stuff. It's right there. Can't miss it. So we've looked at all that stuff. Let's take a look at some of their people that are signed under this company. Now, there's a lot here. I'm going to go quick through this, otherwise we'll be here forever, but there are some people that I want to point out. So just hang with me. Again, this video, you can replay it if you want to take a further look, but let's look at who signed with the CAA. We've got Aaron Rodgers, quarterback, NFL, of course. Then we've got Amy Robach. She's a part of the news and all that type of stuff. Then there's Andrew Yang, more politics and all that stuff. Keep on rolling through. We got Ashton Kutcher, who seems to always be, I'm all for the good stuff. Well, he's a part of this too. Barbara Corcoran, Pronunciation. She's there. Beta O'Rourke. Bill Mayer. Everybody wants to talk about how Bill Mayer just all of a sudden did a 180 on his belief systems. I wonder why. Let's see. Biz Stone, co-founder of Twitter. We got Brian Williams is there as well. Carla Harris is interesting. Morgan Stanley, part of Morgan Stanley there. Colin Kaepernick, no surprise there. Cynthia Marshall, who's the CEO of the Dallas Mavericks. So you've got the NBA there. Gary Sinise, again, somebody that everybody, I mean, he's super pro-military and everything like that. It's interesting. He's also a part of this as well. Take a look. James Cameron, James Corden, no surprise there. James Taylor, interesting. Kind of surprised to see him on there as well. Some interesting names there. Joe Buck, yeah, no surprise there. John Cleese, again, somebody who seems to be very outspoken about conservatism and all that stuff, but yet he's there. Jordan Peele, again, he's an activist for racism and stuff like that. We take a look here. Mark Cuban, yeah, he's involved with a lot of things if you guys don't know about that. Martin Eberhard, Tesla Motors, founder and former CEO of Tesla Motors. That's kind of interesting, ain't it? Let's take a look here. Who else we got? Oh, May Musk. That's Elon Musk's mom. She's also a part of this as well. That's interesting. Again, Ray Kurzweil, futurist, AI guy, talking about how we'll be able to live forever here in the 2030. That's very interesting as well. Let's take a look here. Yeah, Robert De Niro, Robert Herjavec as well, major investor guy with all that. Rourke Denver, though, Navy SEAL commander. Navy SEAL, CIA, no surprise there. Samuel L. Jackson, what are you doing, man? What are you doing on there? Let's take a look here. Tom Hanks, everybody knows about pedo Tom Hanks there. Tony Hawk, going for the kids on that one. Tracy Morgan and Trevor Noah. Valerie Jarrett, Barack Obama Foundation. More of that. Now, this next one is interesting. Here we go. Yuval Noah Harari. What are you doing with the CAA, buddy boy? I'm just going to leave that one there for a second. I just want to let that stew. Because I'll be honest, I was taken back when I saw that. I was taken back. All right, let's keep it moving. We still got a few more to go through here. Let's see. Adam Schefter, ESPN. Admiral William Fallon, a military commander and cybersecurity expert. What are you doing with the Creative Artists Agency? That's kind of weird. Also take a look. Keep on going. Who was it that I wanted to show on here? I put it on here for a reason. Where's that? Guys, Amy Grant's on there. Anderson Cooper. Amy Grant. I mean, no surprise there, honestly. Yeah, just want to throw that out. Wow, it's no good when I'm getting confused by my own pictures. Moving on. Let's see here. Sorry, guys. It's been a long day. There was somebody else on here right there. Andrew Bush, economic futurist, first chief market intelligence officer for the U.S. government. Again, what are you doing on the CAAs, man? That's kind of interesting. Let's also keep moving. I put this on. You got Buzz Aldrin and Katie Coleman, some astronauts. You know, you go back to the case of, did we really go on the moon or not? Yeah, you're starting to see it now, aren't you? Starting to see it now. Let's see, we got two more here. Let's see, Jamie Foxx, the man who stood on the stage and declared Barack Obama as his Lord and Savior. Yeah, that wouldn't be an intelligent psyop in any way. Jamie Lee Curtis, of course, I've did a thing on her. She's also a pedophile. Not surprised there. And then last one, JP Sears, that comedian YouTube dude that a lot of Christians like. Why on earth would you be on here, buddy? That's an interesting one. There's some names. There's some interesting names on there, guys. Now, I'm not saying all these people are CIA agents, so calm down. I'm not saying they're all CIA. But what I am saying is they are useless idiots for the CIA to use. And guaranteed a whole bunch of those people. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis, Tom Hanks, we know they got blackmail on those guys. Now, there was two names on there that of course, Yuval Harari, that's a big one. And then there's some intelligence guys and Ray Kurzweil and stuff. But there's two names I haven't shown yet that are interesting. One is on the list and one's not, but he's still a part of it. Now, one, there shouldn't be any surprise. Boom. The Bud Light boy is a part of the CAA as well. And just to get confirmation, if you go to his Instagram, business email is Stephanie, whatever her name is, at CAA.com. So no surprise there. People are still, go woke, go broke. No, that's not how that happens. It's ESG move. That's how it works. Now this one's going to be interesting, guys. He's not on their website, but if you go to his website for contact, tours and speaking engagements, CAA Creative Arts Agency for Jordan Peterson. Things that make you go, Yeah. Yeah, no surprise there on my end. I may be surprising some of you guys, though, with that one. Jordan Peterson, he's also a part of the CAA. Anybody really surprised by that one? I'm sure there's a few. But yeah, so again, I'm not saying all these guys are CIA agents, but what I am saying is guaranteed most of them either have a lot of blackmail on them or they're doing it for money or other reasons, or drugs, young blood drugs. There's a lot of reasons why they would be a part of this, but they're all useless idiots to push along deception and the narrative through the CIA stuff. There's a big connection there. And now, I mean, there's even some stuff where they'll talk about it openly and publicly, but they kind of do it in a joking type of way. Because, of course, they want to keep you desensitized to it, but they always got to tell you that they're involved with it. This is a clip, and it was an interview from Ben Affleck about his CIA movie Argo. If you guys remember that, check this out.
The themes of Argo is about storytelling and how powerful it is, from political theater to the way we kind of communicate to our children to the way that we inspire people, and it's interesting that Hollywood and the clandestine services are both spend most of their time convincing people that something that's not true is in fact true.
Are there many actors in Hollywood who also moonlight as agents, do you think?
I think there are probably quite a few, yes. I think probably Hollywood is full of CIA agents, and we just don't know it. And I wouldn't be surprised at all to discover that, this was extremely common.
Har. Joking. I just meant it as a joke. I'm actually telling you that Hollywood is filled with CIA agents, though.